had to give myself a little break, but I am back and it is now June and I'm still on my journey to find whimsy. So, where am I now? I took a little break and I went to Florida. I picked up a couple things and I immediately came right back. Like it was like I was only there for a couple days. I picked up some clothes because when I first came here, I only packed winter clothes, and now it is hitting 80s, 90s. It's hot. So I had to go pick up some more clothes, and I'm not looking forward to indexing them because I'm looking at them right now and it is a lot going on. But I'm excited to, try out different looks and really try and um, experiment with my style. So we'll see how that goes. I think I kind of dabbled a little bit and then I fell out of it when I kind of just like gave myself a break. But I want to use the Index app and challenge myself with that like 7 point system and really get outside the box. I think I have some good pieces and I really just kind of wear the same things over and over again. So looking at it now, I'm like, I'll show you guys. Okay, so I got a bunch of clothes and shoes and stuff out of storage and I hung them up here on my weight rack because I wanted to index them or put them in the index app before I put them back into my closet so that I could like make different outfits with these like different pieces that I've had in storage for a while. But because I procrastinated on that, now I haven't been able to work out because I don't have access to my weights. So I'm taking today to index all of these items, get them in the closet, clear this space up, get back into the routine of doing workouts. So hopefully this isn't too much. Hopefully I'm not overwhelmed by this process. It should be as simple as just like taking pictures of items, but I think the tedious part is like putting in the colors and the size and the brand and the this and the that, whatever. So I might as well just get started as soon as possible. Let me dive in. Okay, I also wanted to mention that I have been going crazy with the crochet. I feel like it was really something that when I was sitting at home with my cat towards like the end of her life, trying to make her more comfortable, she really wanted to just sit on my lap and purr. And so I spent a lot of time just crocheting because I didn't want to move her and disturb her or anything like that. I really just wanted her to be comfortable. So I started a top which I finished. I made this top here and I had no concept of the yarn or anything like that, like what type of yarn I needed or anything. This is what I happen to have from like some other like crafty stuff I've done before. And I was like, let me just follow this like tutorial. Now, as you can tell, this thing is stiff. And I was just like, I like the fit, I like the style. I just need to find a softer yarn, I guess. I didn't really like take that into consideration, but it was just like a trial thing and I just wanted to try it out. And I'm glad that I at least finished the project. However, I did see somewhere that it could potentially get softer if I block it by possibly putting it in water for like warm water for maybe 30 minutes with fabric softener and kind of, letting it dry and seeing if that softens it up, or to steam it. So I'm going to try that to like soften this up, but it's also like a trial run and one of the first projects that I've completed because I made a bag, but I never made the handles. So that doesn't count as actually completing a project. But this is an actual top that's like fully done. It's just not a good yarn. So likely I won't wear it. But at least I know how to make a top. Because my second thing that I worked on, I got a softer yarn and I did make a top. I didn't finish. So I do need to attach the other cup, the second cup. Let me show it. But it's basically another top. another bikini top, but this is where this isn't really attached. So kind of like a halter crop situation if you're going to like the park or the beach and it's like 90 degrees or like super hot or something like that. I also need to attach like some strings at the end on both sides so that I can tie them in the back. But this is a lot softer and it's gonna fit a lot better. I'm hoping. I haven't finished it, so I didn't really try it on fully. But I just need to attach the top, do the strings around it, and it's good to go. But I love that it's like a lot softer. Like it was a little bit more intentional about like reading reviews and like actually picking something out instead of just using like scrap yarn. So did that. I also, what did I do? I also started working on a poncho with the extra green yarn that I had. So I'm following this tutorial and it's basically making like one long rectangle and then you attach it on one side so that you just put your head through the hole and it's kind of like a long poncho from there. Whatever. We're gonna see how it goes. So I'm just using this yarn. I don't really, for a poncho, I'm not sure if I really want like a lime green, but it's just what I have. So I was like, I'm just gonna try this. And if I like it, I'll buy the yarn that I really want to have this item in and actually just make it in that. But for now, I am making it with this green yarn. And this is how much I have so far. So it is like a really long, hold on. It's a really long, like a rectangle of this pattern, which I think is really cool. I haven't done something like this before. Um, so hopefully it's a success. Only time will tell. Because I really, aside from it just looking like one long scarf, I really can't envision the poncho yet. It's too soon, but excited about that. And I really wanted to experiment on using thinner yarn and like smaller crochet needles. So I did get, hold on, let me get it. I did get this pack of like crochet needles that were, it's pretty inexpensive from Amazon. And it is a pack of all the needles you could fit, or crochet hooks or whatever they're called, because I used to knit, so that's why I keep calling them needles. But all the hooks that you could potentially need, and I'm really excited about these really like teeny tiny ones because I feel like the crochet looks that I really like, I feel like use a smaller hook to make them look a little bit more, for lack of a better word, more store made or potentially even more high end versus like some stuff that I see with like a bigger crochet needle gives a more crafty look. Just my opinion. And occasionally I'm down for the crafty look, but I don't think that every crochet item that I like is giving that crafty look all the time. So I want to experiment with different crochet hooks because sometimes I do want that look, sometimes I don't. So I decided to get a bunch of hooks because I only had one. I had this one that my mom had given me because she had like a couple of crochet hooks and she was like, you could just, if you're gonna pick it up, take this one, you can try it. And this is a size H, which I think is a 5 millimeter. So, which is pretty standard. So I was using that a lot. But then I was like, let me upgrade, get myself a little travel thing. And then I did get thinner yarn. So I got the baby soft yarn. This one is a 3 weight. So the normal yarns that I've been using so far is like a 4. I'm sure I'm not using these like terminologies correctly, but this is a 4 because that's what the label said. And this is a 3, which is a little thinner, as well as this is a 3. So I'm looking forward to kind of using these colors. That should be really interesting. And then I got one that is a 2. So this is like teeny tiny. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to try those out and see what I can make with them. I have kind of like a list because it has now become a bit of my hyper fixation. So I've definitely like put a bunch of YouTube tutorials on like a playlist and I've created a list of items that I want to try and make, and I have like my Pinterest board and everything like that. So I'm really like in it. I'm in this right now. And I have a couple of other things going, like I have a blanket. I actually have 2 blankets that I'm working on right now, but I'll show those another time. It's a lot of making not granny squares, but like granny hexagons. and basically making those over and over and over again. So I feel like when I get to the point of actually joining them together, then I'll probably share that project. But right now it's just like, you know, it's the same thing over and over again. So those two I'll just show another time, but these two I'm excited about. And I want to share the progress of if the blocking actually works for this. So let's see. I'm going to actually put it in fabric softener and do the 30 minutes and lay it out to dry and see how that works. And I'll keep you guys posted on like finishing this top and the poncho and like how it fits and if this is actually a vibe. But I am trying to work on things that I'm actually able to finish and feel accomplished about finishing. So although I'm making these blankets, I'm not putting too much heavy emphasis on it because I know it's going to take a long time. And for me, I need something that I need to be working on multiple projects at once because I don't mind doing the blanket, but then when that gets a little monotonous, I need to be able to pick up something else and I need to be able to, I don't mind working on a long project, but I need to be able to like say that I'm actually hitting milestones and doing things along the way. So I have like a couple long projects going and like a couple shorter projects that I know that I could actually get finished and say, oh, I've finished something, but let me check it off. I've accomplished something. So yeah, I feel like that. So this has been really good for my mental health. So I'm just like, let me stick with this. This has been a lot of fun. And my niece is also really into crochet. So it's been something that we can like both like talk to each other about. So that's been cool. Yeah. Okay, so I have been procrastinating and have not started Love Island. Now it's like 15 episodes in. So I'm going to try and binge it all as quickly as possible. I know a couple of episodes are going to be coming out as I am like watching it. But if I don't catch up now, I am just going to be far too behind to catch up. And then that would kind of suck. I don't know. I feel like I like, you know, seeing the threads and the memes and like, you know, all this other stuff and kind of like be in on the joke. So let me jump in. I'm gonna order some food, and if there is any thing of value, I will give my 2 cents. But honestly, I'm just gonna settle in and allow myself to binge some TV. It's been a while. I like this. Wait a minute. This type cute. Ah, this type cute. This works. It's giving pumpkin a little bit though. But love, 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 love for my first like little like trinket. It's cute. I'm a fan. It is such a dreary Saturday, so I am staying in and getting some crochet done and probably getting some editing done. So I feel like I should just kind of start wrapping this episode up here. I watched Love Island and I'm caught up. And what are my thoughts? I'm gonna keep it simple. Um, I am team get people 25 plus on the show. I do feel bad about like young people learning about themselves so publicly and having so many opinions put on them when they're still like learning about themselves and their frontal cortex hasn't developed. And so I do feel bad about what they're being put through like mentally. With that being said, I am team Trinity and Bryce. I also love Anaya and Carl. Everyone else, I hope they get great sponsorships for the sacrifice for the summer. Honestly, like for everything they sacrificed, their mental health included. I hope that they are very well compensated. And I guess until next year, because unfortunately, this show does have a chokehold on me. So I will be watching next year, probably. While I was watching it, I got a lot of crocheting done, crochet done, whatever. I got a lot done in terms of crocheting. I crocheted a bunch of hibiscus flowers of like different sizes just because I wanted to try different hook sizes and I hadn't tried it before. As a beginner, I mostly used the 5 millimeter hook and was using that for like everything. So I got different yarn weights and I wanted to use different like hooks. So I tried that. What else did I do? I also made different Lily of the Valley bag charms, or like you don't have to just use them for bags, obviously, but like, Lily of the Valley little like hanging things. And I just wanted to work on something that I could get done quickly. So I made a couple of those. And then I also finished, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I finished the lime halter top. So I'm going to try that on and show that. But I think there's little things that I'd probably do a little bit differently with that top, but I do like it and I'm kind of looking forward to wearing it out. I don't know where I'm going to wear it out. I'll figure it out, but it's cute. It's cute. I would make it again and make like a couple more adjustments or make it in a different color, but for the first like full project that's a wearable, I am like proud of it. I think the other top is not particularly wearable because it's acrylic and not cotton. So I wouldn't necessarily count that. But like as something that I could theoretically wear, I like it. What else? I was planning today to use the INDYX app and try and like make some outfits and try on some clothes, like some summer fits, but I'm not feeling it right now. I'm feeling particularly lazy. So I think I'm going to save the summer fits for the next episode potentially, if it isn't already fall by then, because I take forever to do these things. I'm going to try to move forward with like doing more in a shorter period of time and like putting out my adventures a little bit more frequently as opposed to like taking such a long time between videos. But I don't know. This is a learning process. So one step at a time, I guess. But I'm going to try and wrap this up here unless I'm forgetting something. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I think that's it for now. Yeah. And I'm going to check in with you guys in the next episode. Bye bye for now.